You are listening to Free to Flourish Radio with me, Gemma Sands. This is the weekly resource for changemakers and action takers who are ready to consciously create a life they are wildly in love with. Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for being in this space. I'm so grateful that you are here with me. And today I want to talk about something that's really been on my heart the last couple of weeks. It kind of addresses some questions that I get as well around collaborative business. But what I want to talk about is potential and possibility. And I want to share with you some stuff that I've been learning around potential and possibility over the last week. I also want to dig in and share with you why I believe that collaborative business is the only opportunity out there that allows us to fully tap into our full potential. So lots of stuff that I want to cover, lots of really juicy stuff today. So I'm just going to get started. So for the last few weeks, probably about a month now, I have been working through a book called A Course in Miracles. And it's a spiritual teaching. The book itself is, if you're not familiar with it, is split into two parts. So you have the actual book and then you have a workbook as well. And the way in which the workbook is set out is that there is a lesson for each day of the year. So I've been working my way through these lessons. It's something I've done before, but I'm kind of going back and touching on it and digging into it even deeper. And last week I hit a lesson that just really shifted everything for me, really shifted my whole view on a lot of stuff. And I want to share that with you today. It was quite funny. I have a lovely Facebook friend called Jo Westwood who is doing daily Facebook Lives that cover one of the lessons each day. I'll link to it because it's a fantastic resource for anyone that wants to get started. She makes it super accessible. And I saw her Facebook Live about this lesson and she had the exact same kind of revelation that I did. So I think it's really powerful and I just want to share that with you. So the way that the lessons are set out is that you have the actual lesson and then you have an explanation underneath. And I want to read part of that explanation out to you because it was those words and that example that really hit me. So this is lesson 7 for anyone who is familiar with A Course in Miracles. And the lesson is, I see only the past. I see only the past. Okay. I just want to read this bit out from the course. And it says, look at a cup, for example. Do you see a cup? Or are you merely reviewing your past experiences of picking up a cup, being thirsty, drinking from a cup, feeling the rim of a cup against your lips, having breakfast, and so on? And not your aesthetic reactions to the cup too, based on past experiences. How else would you know whether or not this kind of cup will break if you drop it? What do you know about this cup except what you learned in the past? You would have no idea what this cup is except for your past learning. And so I read that and I was like, whoa, that's big. That's a big thing for me. Okay, everything I see is based on my perception of the past. Everything I perceive is based on the past. And I kind of meditated on this for a while and then dug into it a little bit more with my journaling. And I realized it goes deeper because if everything I see is based on the past, my perception of the past, then I'm completely limited in my thinking because I can see only what I've already experienced in the past. I'm blocking myself off to the possibility that's out there, possibility that's beyond anything I can imagine. Okay, so we're limited in our thinking. We can't see the full possibility, the abundant possibility that's out there for us. So we're closed off to receiving it. Does that make sense? And then I sort of thought about this a lot, and I thought about how it played out in my life and how I block myself off to so many things because of this. So it relates to my story and my relationship with money. It relates to my relationship to my relationships. It relates to my relationship with my health and my body. All of these things have stories that I have created based on my past experiences. And so I realized that until we become aware of this and until we can learn to let go of those perceptions based on the past, we're completely closing ourselves off to all of the abundant possibility that's out there for us. Let me ask you a question. How big are the dreams that you dream for yourself? How big are the dreams that you dream for yourself? And, if you're listening to this, okay, it's a personal development podcast, if you want to call it that. So if you're listening to this, it's because you want to learn, you want to develop, you want to grow. Okay, so where is your thinking blocking off possibility? Where are you staying small and safe rather than stepping into your life? Where do you need to wake up out of your own story? What story are you telling yourself that maybe you need to let go of? Where are you closing yourself off to possibility because all you see is the past? Told you it was going to be a juicy one this week. And I just want you to sort of just meditate. Let those questions sink in a little bit. Just apply that to your life and your relationships and your health and your work. And I started to really think about that. I started to think about possibility and how limited we really are. And if you're listening to this and you're in a job, whether it's a full-time job, part-time job, if you're employed by somebody else, then you're limited. Your possibility is limited. It's limited by your boss. It's limited by the company that you work for. You're working to someone else's vision. And even if you're fully aligned with that vision, your potential is capped. Okay? Your financial earning ability is capped. And that's okay. Okay? For many, many people, that's fine. That's how they live out their life. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But times are changing, and that old paradigm of, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, work hard, and then retire is not actually what many of us really want anymore. And there's not as much safety found in this model as there has been in the past for our parents and our grandparents, etc. There'll be those of you listening to this who have decided to go it alone, to build your own business, to be your own boss. Okay, so for me, I spent a long time in a corporate job, in a corporate career, and then I decided that I wanted more flexibility. I wanted more freedom. So I set up my own business, and for 5 years, I was taking this path of a traditional business, and it was great most of the time. But truthfully, my potential was still capped. It was capped to the number of hours that I could work. And there was so much missing. Okay, so perhaps you're in this situation. Perhaps you have your own business. You've been putting your heart and soul into it, but something doesn't feel aligned for you. Perhaps you're starting to feel a bit lonely. Maybe it's all about being online. It's all about building an audience. And so you've lost that level of connection, that human level of connection. Perhaps you're starting to feel like you don't really own your business, it owns you, and you can't live out your full potential. And then there's a new way, there's a different way of doing business, okay? And I'm not saying by any means this is a perfect way of doing business, because it's absolutely not, but it's a better way. It's a conscious way, it's a collaborative way, okay? It's connection marketing, collaborative business, social networking. And that's what I've really found through doTERRA, and I want to share a little bit more about that, okay? So I've got you thinking about your potential and possibility, and that's great. And if that's what you take away from this podcast, that's great. But I know that there will be many people who are listening where all of that has just resonated, and you want to find out more about how collaborative business works. And that's what I want to share with you. And there's a few misconceptions that I kind of want to address as well. But first of all, I just want to talk about why this is such a beautiful business model that allows for abundant possibility. Okay, there is no other business model out there where you are given all of the tools, the training, the support, all of that for free, and the possibility is endless to you. You're not capped by what someone thinks you're worth. Okay, it's all there for you to take and make what you want from it. And in the last however many months I've been doing this now, I have broken down so many fears that have held me back you would not believe, okay? Not just in business, also in life. So I've worked through a fear of judgment, a fear of rejection, a fear of being seen, of being visible, a fear of getting out from behind my computer screen. And I've done that and met the most incredible like-minded women. I've gotten over my fear of being visible by hopping onto Facebook and doing Facebook Lives. And why? Because I see and I feel that possibility that's out there. Okay? And the beautiful thing about this business model is that nobody rises alone. We all have to rise up together. Okay? And one question I get asked a lot is, oh, well, is it a pyramid scheme? No. Because firstly, pyramid schemes are illegal. But secondly, and just think about this for a second, actually, every organization in the world has some sort of pyramid structure to it, okay? So businesses have, a CEO, someone at the top, churches, charities. And I think that's where network marketing is widely misunderstood, and for good reason, because there are people out there who have gone about it the wrong way. But the truth is that anyone below me, and I'm kind of doing that in quotation marks, I realize you can't see me, but anyone below me can outrank me. They can earn more than me. All they've got to do is work hard and have that vision and have that drive and show up every day. Okay, the truth is, I can't grow my business if I don't support all the people in my team to grow theirs. And when we all do that, when we all rise up together, our possibility and our potential is unlimited. So what's the catch? Well, the catch is you have to do the work. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And yeah, I could tell you about people within doTERRA, people within my wider team that, they make a good living out of this. They have 6- and 7-figure incomes, okay? I could tell you about that. But the truth is, it hasn't happened overnight. They've had to work hard to get to that point. And so this is just one of the best opportunities I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that for me, but for the people who are looking for something more. Those of you out there who are looking for something more, or you're feeling a bit lost. Okay, I see you. I know that you want to give and you want to serve. I know that you want to make something bigger than you, to leave an imprint on the world and to create something of significance. I see it and I feel it because that's where I was. That's where I was. But I didn't know how, by doing it alone, I could ever have the impact that I wanted to have. And doTERRA and the collaborative business model has offered me something different. It's offered me a platform to go out there and meet people I wouldn't otherwise meet and share my message and grow as a person. Does that resonate? The collaborative business model, really, it's a platform. Okay, it gives you a platform to create an income that has no ceiling on it. That's up to you. And I don't really care about that. Your goals around that, that's totally up to you. There's no pressure or anything like that. But I do support you and I do keep you accountable to whatever goals you set for yourself. Okay, and it's all about changing other people's lives, health, and emotions with the oils. And it's amazing because we are rewriting the shape of things. I think now as a generation, we're starting to, and we're seeing this all over the world at the moment, we're questioning what we've always been told. We're rejecting outdated paradigms that keep us limited. We're no longer accepting that things have to be a certain way just because that's how it's always been. And collaborative business really gives you a platform. It gives you all the resources, the skills, and the money that allows you to go out and do even bigger and better things. I really just want to share that with you because I know for so many of you, you are looking for a new way. You're looking for a new way to do life, and you're looking for a new way to do business, and you're looking for a new way to fill out your potential and tap into all of the possibility that is around us. You want to build something that's your own. You want to detach from all of the expectations, all of the restrictions that are placed on you. And the reason this is so beautiful is that it allows anyone to succeed as long as you're willing to show up, as long as you're willing to work hard, as long as you're willing to open yourself up to growth. willing to let go of what it is that you think you know, willing to be coachable. And yes, you have to be self-motivated, you have to be independent, but you also have to be willing to learn more about the doTERRA culture, to learn more about how this business model works. So if any of that resonates with you, I just want to break down a couple of fears that tend to hold people back. First of all, the comparison trap. Oh, I couldn't do it because I'm not like other people. I don't have thousands of followers on Instagram. I don't have loads of friends that I can tap into or any of that stuff. I just want to tell you to let that go, to drop that. Okay, just to embrace that this is not only an incredible stream of income and an incredible personal growth journey. I just want you to drop any comparison you have around it, because all you need, and all I look for when I call in new members to my team is a desire, a willingness, a need, a want to change the path, to change the trajectory of your life and your family's life. Okay, there is no other opportunity out there that's going to allow you to do it in this way. You do not need thousands of followers. You do not need a fancy website. You do not need to know how to use social media. You don't need any of those things. You just need a desire to want to change the direction of your life. Up level your life. That's all you need, and you'll be fully supported in doing that. So that's the first thing. And the second thing I often hear from people is, oh no, I couldn't do it. I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be salesy. And I get it because I've been there, but here's what I've learned. Okay. Firstly, let that go, because whatever role you have in life, whether you have a business, whether you don't have a business, you have to be able to stand in your own power. And if you're listening to this and you're hungry for more, right? You have big dreams, you have big visions, and the only way you're going to create them is if you get out of your own way, if you get comfortable sharing, you get comfortable telling people what you are doing, what you do, and do it proudly, not apologetically. No more, what do you do for a living? Well, I sort of do this. I just do this. Be proud. Be proud of your voice. Okay, so just let that go and step out of your own way. The second thing is, we have an incredible product, an incredible product that is healing people, it's helping people, it's supporting people. We have an incredible product where if you're in a situation with someone and you pass them a bottle of oil to smell, they're going to have an experience with that oil. Their entire nervous system is affected. Okay, when we smell an oil, it takes 7 seconds to affect our brain. The mood is affected. Okay, they're having an experience. And really, I have never sold a single bottle of essential oil in my life. Okay, all I do is I share the oils with people who might need them, which, by the way, is everyone. I share my experience of them, and I educate people on how they work, how they can use them, how they can up-level their own wellness using them as a tool. Okay, they experience the oils, they're educated about them, and then they're empowered to think about whether they want them or not, and that's it. There's no twisting their arm, there's no selling them, there's no sleazy tactics at all. It's simply about sharing and presenting people with a choice, with an opportunity, empowering them to know the best way to up-level their wellness. Okay. So if any of this resonates, maybe you're burnt out, maybe you're worn out, maybe you've been giving your all to a job that just doesn't fully light you up, it doesn't fully align with who you are and what's important to you. Maybe you know that you're meant for more, but you don't really know what that looks like for you. Maybe you are a mum that's at home with her kids and really doesn't want to have to go back out to work. Maybe you are a mum that's at home with your kids and you'd like to take the pressure off your husband who's, out there providing and supporting. Anyone can do this, okay? My business is built around collaboration and community and empowering other people with heart-led products. Anyone can do this. You just have to show up. It's not about sales. It's not about how good you are or how much you know or how much experience you have. The people who succeed in collaborative business do so because they show up every day. They are consistent and they take action. So if any of this resonates, all the details are below. I want you to reach out. I want you to get in touch with me, and we will chat about whether this is the right opportunity for you. If you know that it's not, if it doesn't resonate, that's cool. I hope that you still got something from this podcast. I hope that you are now thinking about where you keep yourself small, where you're closing yourself off to all of the abundant possibility that's out there in the world for us. And I just really encourage you to show up for yourself every day. That's it for today. I shall be back next week as usual. All the details, all the links, everything are all below. So go and check out all the resources that I mentioned. Thank you so much for showing up today for yourself by listening to this podcast. Please share, like, subscribe. It all helps to continuously get the message out there and let people know that there is a new way to do life and there is a new way to do business. Have a beautiful week. I will be back next week. You've been listening to Free to Flourish Radio with me, Gemma Sands. You can find further episodes and all of the show notes over at gemmasands.co.uk. And you can hang out with me on Facebook by searching for Gemma Sands Tribe.